Hey guys, Rocker here. Today I want to talk very briefly about homestones and the importance of why we should belong to a homestone. As many know throughout the Gore book series is that homestones are mentioned a lot, and the fact that Goreans is that they hold special importance to belonging to a homestone, is that they are willing to die for a homestone. They are willing to spill blood on behalf of a homestone. Nowadays is that in Gorean cultures, a lot of people don't even have a homestone. They don't know what it is, or they think it's this sort of mythical kind of thing, but it's important. I know on my profile, also in a couple of the videos here, and if you go on FetLife and Biker Kiss, and there's even an article in the Kitchener the Record, which is the local newspaper a while ago, is that I've shown what my homestone is. And that it's more than just an actual rock, but it's something that we hold very dear to ourselves. To belong to a homestone is you need to find a group of Goreans that you have a lot in common with. Just believing in the philosophy together and believing in some of the things as far as the lifestyle, that's really not enough. Is you need to have a lot more in common for a homestone to be successful, to be positive, and to be able to thrive. I know with my homestone is that is that I have other people that I fellowship with locally here that have their own individual homestones as far as for their own homes, but we have a lot in common, whether it be doing things like axe throwing. Sometimes it may be as far as their political agendas, as far as the parties that we support. Sometimes it's it's simple things like as far as we enjoy the same sports, or we're involved as far as community outreach and also as far as community involvement, whether it be on different board of directors, those kind of things. But it's important that you have several things in common, so that way when you go to visit each other on a regular basis, go to each other's homes, have the children come together as far as celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, all those kind of things, is that you have something that's cohesive, something that you look forward to be getting together with your brothers and your sisters, and to be able to share, and to be able to encourage, to be able to support, and to be able to nurture. Those things are important. Now, another thing that people don't seem to understand is that with the homestone, there's also an element of honor that comes with that. If you want to piss a Gorean off, start trashing people in this homestone. Or if you have friends, start trashing their homestones. You're going to find that you're going to have your back against the wall very fast. Goreans, we don't fuck around with that kind of things. It's similar with, say, Satan's Choice or Hell's Angels. If you want to basically trash their colors, with Hell's Angels, if you want to trash the Death Head kind of thing, is that you are asking for trouble. That's just common sense. Same thing with the Gorean homestone, is that if you're going to trash somebody's homestone, you're basically asking for trouble. Whether you think you're right or not, it's going to come your way. It's one thing that Goreans, especially around these parts, is we take very seriously TCB, taking care of business. You're going to fuck with one of us, you're going to fuck with all of us. It's that simple. One of the things as well that some people just don't seem to get, and they continue to stumble and fall over and over and over again, is how to act in public. Number one, don't fuck with somebody else's property. Very simple. If the slave is owned, she's wearing a collar, you don't fuck around with her. If she's not yours, you're basically asking for trouble. You don't fuck around with other people's property, whether it be a slave, whether it be their bike, whether it be whatever the situation. You just don't do those things. You do those things, you're asking basically for trouble. Common sense, okay? Some Goreans don't seem to get that. I know there are some online Goreans that continue to show up at different events or whatever, and they continue to fuck up on a regular basis. They can't keep their hands to themselves. They can't keep their mouths to themselves. And they think that they can go around groping, grabbing, doing whatever to somebody else's wife, somebody else's property, and get away with it. It's bullshit. You need to be held accountable for those things. The same thing is going around thinking, well, I'm a Gorean master, so I can boss whoever I want around. It doesn't matter that she belongs to somebody else. No, you can't. Is her master has to say, not some dipshit like you. Okay? Anyhow, that's going to piss a lot of people off, because I know with the online Goreans, you'll find it the ones that think that they have a right to be able to tell another slave whether she's owned or not, what to do, and command her to do things and demand things from her, are usually the people that don't have any slaves at all, or the people that don't have a chance in hell of ever having a slave. They're the ones that put up the biggest stink. Don't pay any attention to them. They may be Gorean, but you don't have to do what they tell you to do. Especially if you belong to somebody else. If you are in someone else's collar, you do not have to do that. Go talk to your master. And if your master, if he's listening to this, is that there's a time where you need to protect, stand up, and defend what is yours. A simple shot to the throat will take care of that. I don't know of any Gorean gatherings that if someone stepped out of line and started groping somebody else's property, that if that master stood up for his girl and went over and basically gave that guy a shot in the head, I think everyone will basically stand up and start to applaud. That needs to start happening. Sometimes we're so politically correct that we don't want to cause an issue or whatever, but we have. By not addressing it immediately, by not taking care of business, is that we are allowing the perpetrators, and we're allowing the predators, and we're allowing those that are basically, for lack of better words, just complete dipshits, to be able to get away with stuff that they shouldn't be getting away with. It's time to put a stop to that. Alright, a little bit of a run there, but there's reasons for that, and people know why that's all about. But it's I just heard even yesterday that it's continuing to happen, and it just blows me away that these people get away with it. Anyhow, homestones. It's important that you belong to one. Find a homestone that's supportive. Find a homestone that's positive. Find a homestone that's going to be supportive of you, to be able to share with you, to be able to acknowledge your status, and to be able to be there, as far as when you're having great times and when you're having down times. Those kind of Goreans are hard to come by. Goreans that you can go visit on just, hey, can you come over tonight? I'm feeling down. Or, hey, I need some help as far as I'm building a deck in the backyard. You want to come over and help build a deck, and we'll share a few beers. Or, simple things like getting together, going to a hockey game, getting together and forming an axe throwing team, getting together and just sharing celebrations, whether it be to some of the younger adults as far as they just graduated from university or whatever. We do that regularly in the Ontario Gorean Assembly. It's not that big of a deal. We want to get together with each other, and sometimes we find, the stupidest excuse just to be able to do it. Whether it be, celebrating, Queen Victoria's birthday on May the 2-4, which is a big thing here in Canada. It's our first spring actual long weekend, but it's a big deal. And we'll have a pig roast, and we'll just get together and just get caught up in how the winter went, how are people doing as far as their families, their jobs, all those kind of things. But it's important that we get together to fellowship, to be able to share with one another, and just to be together. That's what a homestone is. That's what an assembly is. And to be able to find a group of people like that, I encourage you, start looking for them. Start inviting people in to your inner circle so that you can have that kind of fellowship. Those things are important. Anyhow, that's all I'm going to talk about today, about homestones, and about why it's essential, and more importantly, the fact that with the homestone there's honor, and with that is that it's part of being a part of an actual chosen family, and also that we need to be able to stand up and to be able to defend that home stone as well. Take care. Have a great day, guys.